What's going on, guys? It's Phoenix, back for another video. Woot. Not a proper review because I don't do those anymore. I just want to talk about a recent purchase of mine, do a commentary on it because everybody and their mother has already reviewed said figure. Without much delay, because you guys know what I'm talking about because you can see the title down there. But with the stalling of that, this is a fun fact because this is like take 5 of this video. I did like 3 or 4 takes last night. They all ended up way too long, and my phone had issues with storage because I have way too much music on this thing. Although rightfully so, because this is like my main thing for music and all that other stuff. Outside of doing random videos, but yeah. Anyway, let's talk FansToys Rouge. Or Rogue, as some people were calling her. So I want to give a massive shout out to Toy Dojo yet again. I order from them fairly consistently. I know I have at least Masterpiece Down and Bought as well on pre-order from them for this year. And there probably will be something else that I pre-order from them for later this year, whatever. They're just great people, great customer service. Highly recommend them if you haven't ordered anything from them before. This isn't sponsored by any means. I'm just literally a small fry on whatever this YouTube business is now. And it's easier for me to do videos like this than it is for me to do like a full-on write-up about a figure like this. Because I would get way too critical of myself if I did that sort of writing. So, yeah. Anyway, so I finally got a chance to sit down with Rouge here, or let's just call her Arcee, because that's what she is, earlier this evening, and do the transformation after having her stand on my desk in robot mode for the better part of this week. And overall, I recommend this figure, but not for the roughly $115 US that it goes for, or that she goes for, I should say. I legitimately really like this vehicle mode. The more I look at it since I've gotten her into this form, I really like how this looks. And this, by far and away, like defines that she is the best masterpiece alike Arcee out there right now. Mainly because the other one that we have is Toy Worlds, and that kind of looks like crap, if I'm being honest. Because it looks like they just kind of gave up once they got to the back of the alt mode. And another credit that I have to give, and I wish I could angle that steering wheel down a little bit more, is that the transformation's not nearly as fiddly as I was expecting. There's a lot that happens up here in the top section of the car that is the entire like robot mode upper torso. But honestly, it's kind of intuitive at the end of the day. I'm sure after a couple other transformations, or further transformations I should say, I'll have exactly what to do in the sequence of events down. Unlike the 2 times that I transformed FansToys Cup, the last FansToys release that I got. And I just never got that down and just kind of left Cup in robot mode on my shelf over there. Because that transformation just kind of was too overthought, if that makes sense. And honestly, while there is still some nitpicking that I could say about this transformation for Arcee here, it's not that bad. A lot of it is just managing with like floppy parts, so to speak. And there is literally one part where you take these headlight sections, which like basically are like the inside part of her chest, and you rotate them past a strut. You rotate them and it's these sections, which are like the shoulder pods, past a center column, which is its own strut, and it feels like it's kind of not the best plan that they could have come up with. But other than that, and there's the general like fact that a lot is flopping around during the transformation, I don't have that many issues with it, honestly, which is kind of surprising. If you like Bad Cube Sunshirt's transformation in terms of its fiddliness but gradual intuitiveness, that's kind of what this Arcee is. Maybe like a notch below that. It's the best way I can describe it if I'm being completely freaking honest. Not really a fan of the underside if we look at the underside of the vehicle, because visible head syndrome. Yeah, it's right there. Hello? Yeah. She's kind of creeping on us. Yeah. Oh, I feel like somebody's watching me. That was terrible karaoke. Anyway, and as I tweeted out after I got her into this mode, and I'm realizing there's a little bit of not really secure connection there in the back, whatever. I legitimately think that this vehicle mode makes up for some of the flaws of the robot mode. I still don't feel like there needed to be as much diecast on this figure as there is, because there's diecast here on somewhere up here in the front, which I can't really actually figure out now because I just felt it. But then, like, almost like the entire lower body, with the exception of the feet, is diecast. And she gets back heavy because of the chunk of the car. It's like this entire side chunk on either side that gets folded up into these pods. So that causes some stability issues in robot mode. And to be honest, I have like plopped into my chair. I've done some shaking on my desk, and she's either fallen right over or she's wobbled a little too much. So I feel like if they were going to put as much diecast in Arcee here as they did, they could have given us some more slight surface area when it comes to her feet. Because as you can kind of tell, there's not a whole lot there. And that's what the feet angled in, because that's where they store, which is kind of awkward, but whatever. I have my other issues with the sculpting in general in the robot mode, but it's fine, and it's honestly pretty darn good looking overall. And I do like how both modes look and honestly feel. And I do recommend the figure, like I said, just not for that $115 price point, because that's a little exorbitant in my opinion, given this. It is better than Cup, which I know a few people have already said, but I don't think this is as bad as, say, a certain reviewer, Bobby Skullface L, mentioned in his review. It's not great by any means. It's not perfect. It's not like the definitive masterpiece Arcee. Said no, she's coming out as a lot darker of a pink on camera than she actually is in person. But it's the best masterpiece like Arcee that's out there right now. Because unless you like the half of a car missing Toy World 1, your only other option is the Wei Jiang knockoff. Sorry, got distracted by baseball. But yeah, on the whole, pretty damn good. Now, am I going to rush out and get whatever FansToys' next release is? Probably not. But this plugged a hole in my collection of getting a proper Masterpiece Arcee, and that's what she's going to be for me. So, yeah. Anyway, also just can we just ignore the fact that she comes with an O face, and they're literally the first shot in the instructions is that business. So you're basically like looking up at Arcee's boobs. Can we just ignore that? Also, can we actually remember to like trim the perforations on our instruction booklets, FansToys? It's just little things like that, and the fact that they don't give their figures a final pass in terms of quality. That is probably going to make me pass on them, or at least on initial releases, or not initial releases, pass initially on further releases of theirs. But yeah, I just, without playing the Social Justice Warrior card, but in light of the Me Too movement and all of that, the fact that a character that we know is very motherly and loyal and fierce and all of that, to use some slightly dated slang, the fact that she comes with an O face, only for posing her with FansToys' Springer, or any masterpiece like Springer, for some fan servicey shots and all that, is a little bit unbecoming and a little bit too bro of a move. It's honestly, it seems like the designer who designed that face is just like a bro who, or like that very full of himself jock who's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this because it'll be funny. I'm gonna do some fan service. He's that kind of that archetype who never really left college or university. But that's just my little mini soapbox. Anyway, FansToys Arcee, recommend her, just not for $115. Honestly, 100 is the highest I would pay. Yeah, anyway, enough ramblings. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, whatever this was. I'll see you around.